Welcome to the Dr. Wyatt Show podcast, where developing a long-lasting, happy relationship is the status symbol to achieve, and following my tools is a path to help get you there. I'm your host, Dr. Wyatt Fisher, a licensed psychologist specializing in couples counseling. Today, I'm going to talk about 5 tips to have a successful holiday with your partner. The holidays can be stressful, and as stress goes up, conflict goes up. And the last thing you want during the holidays is to be at odds with your partner and to have a lot of friction and tension, because then it can spoil the holidays. So I'm going to go through 5 tips to make sure that doesn't happen to you. The first one is finances. If you haven't already, talk with your partner about how much should we spend on each other and on the kids. And you may need to compromise. Partner A may think you have to spend X amount. Partner B may think you need to spend Y amount. But strike a compromise. Try to meet in the middle if you have different expectations on how much money you should be spending on each other or on your children. Also, try to make sure you only pay for gifts with cash. Do not go into debt over the holidays for presents, because then when the holidays are over, the stress sets in with all the debt you just racked up. Instead, try to make the holidays a part of your budget. Think ahead about how much money you tend to spend on the holidays and then put that into your budget. So month by month, you're saving up for the holidays. You're saving up for Christmas. You're saving up for the presents. Then when the holidays come, you're not stressed because it's a part of your budget. And you get to pay in cash, so you're not going into debt for the presents. Number 2 is workload. If you're not careful, a lot of the workload around the holidays is going to lean toward partner A or lean toward partner B. And no one wants to feel like they're the ones carrying the bulk of the workload to pull something off. And often it feels like that around the holidays. One partner may feel like the majority of the work is on me. I have to do the decorating. I have to do the gift shopping. I have to do the cooking. Whatever it is, no one wants to feel like the majority of the work is on their shoulders. So talk about this with your partner. Talk about what are all the chores we have to do to pull off our holiday celebration, and how can we split it up? How can I do some? How can you do some? Which chores can we do together? That will help you feel like a team, and it will keep you away from feeling resentful during the holidays because you feel like it's all up to you to pull it off. That's never a good feeling, so make sure you don't do that. Number 3 is expectations. What are your expectations for the holidays? What do you want the day to look like when you're celebrating with your family? Do you want a lot of activities? Do you want a lot of calm time around the Christmas tree? What do you want the day to look like for you? And what does your partner want the day to look like for them? Couples have different expectations. For me, a lot of times I like to do something outdoors and something active. My wife, in contrast, likes for us all to sit around and play games. So we have to talk through our expectations for the day. Otherwise, we're going to have a mismatch. We're going to be on different agendas. And a lot of us do this during the holidays. We have different expectations. We don't talk it through. And then we feel frustrated or we feel disappointed because the day is not what we were hoping. However, we never talked about what we were hoping for. We never explicitly communicated that with our partner. So don't be guilty of that. Make sure you sit down with your partner before you celebrate the holidays and talk through, what do you want the day to look like? What would be an ideal celebration for you? What are the things you want to make sure we do during this holiday? And then make sure you share what your ideas and what your thoughts are around that, and then try to find some compromises so that both of your expectations are being honored for the holiday. Number 4 is staying present. It's very easy to get so wrapped up in all the cooking and all the decorating and all the gifts, wrapping and all the preparations, that then we forget to be present with our loved ones because we're racing around and we're trying to finish everything, and it's really hectic and stressful. I'm guilty of this. We'll have a family gathering, we'll have everyone over at our house, but I'm so busy preparing or cooking or getting everything perfect that I don't sit down and interact with everybody and connect and enjoy myself. And so it's a balance, because obviously you'd want to prepare, you want to get everything ready, you want everything to look nice. That's normal. However, if you take that too far, then you miss out on the connections. You miss out on those conversations. You miss out on the laughter. You miss out on the games and the activities. So make sure you don't do that this season. Make sure you stay present, that you're mindful, that you work hard with your partner to pull everything off, but then you also sit down and connect and focus so you enjoy the holidays with your loved ones. Number 5 is staying connected. Because of all the craziness around the holidays, it's very easy for couples to feel disconnected. And you don't want to feel that. You don't want to go through this holiday season feeling like you and your partner are two ships passing in the night. But that's going to happen unless you're intentional. So what do you need to stay connected? Maybe that's getting up early and going for a walk together. Maybe it's going to bed early 1 or 2 nights during the holidays when you have family members there so that you can reconnect with your partner. Maybe it's going into your room throughout the day randomly for 5-minute pockets just to connect, to talk with your spouse about how are they doing, how are you doing, any concerns that may pop up. But intentionally think about how can you stay connected with your partner through the holidays. You may have visitors, you might be traveling, there's tons of preparations to do. So because of that, often our relationship gets squeezed out and then we feel disconnected. So there you are trying to have a good time, but meanwhile you feel distant and you don't feel very close. You feel disconnected. And that's not a good feeling to have, especially not during the holidays. So think with your partner ahead of time. How can we stay connected through the holidays? If you have family members coming, how can you still stay connected? If you're traveling somewhere, how can you still stay connected? And it doesn't have to be anything elaborate. Just small pockets, small moments of connection go a long way. And that's how you can stay on the same page with your expectations. Because expectations of what you're each hoping will happen day by day is going to change. And so having these moments of connection will help you to clarify expectations, get back on the same page, and then you'll feel more like a team going through the day and going through the holidays. So I hope that you have a good holiday with your partner and with your family, and hopefully these 5 tips will help you get there. Number 1 is finances. Number 2 is sharing the workload. Number 3 is sharing your expectations so you're on the same page. Number 4 is staying present. And number 5 is staying connected. Thank you for listening to the Dr. Wyatt Show podcast. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to share it with one other person today. For more resources, click the links in the show notes. And remember, your marriage is alive. So if you care for it and nurture it, it will grow. But if you deprive it and neglect it, it will wilt and die. The choice is up to you. Happy holidays.